The meta has stabilised now with the B patch changes to patch 13.18 in the mid-set 9.5. So here's our updated top 5 comps for you to play this patch. Starting off at number 5 we have the Grand Challengers with a 13% win rate and a 51% top 4 rate. The clue really is in the name for this one, as you'll be playing a full challenger board with Kai'Sa and Fiora as your main carries. Your full comp includes Kai'Sa and Fiora, Jarvan, Quinn, Naafiri, Warwick, Aurelia and Samira. And for the legend to play, we'd recommend going for Master Yi for even more attack and movement speed. So as this comp plays around 4 cost carries, you want to save up gold, rush to level 7 and then roll to find your main carries Kai'Sa, Fiora and tank Jarvan. You'll then aim for level 8 as well to 2-star and itemize your carries, and then you'll be in a great spot to take it home. For items, you really just need to slam as much as you can ready for your 2 main carries. Kai'Sa wants a Spear of Shojin, Jeweled Gauntlet and Guardbreaker, and Fiora wants a BT and Titans, and she'll get her 3rd item from Demacia. After that, you can just throw any leftover defensive items onto Jarvan, with an Evan Shroud and Warmogs being perfect. For augments, Master Yi's pumping up or gotta go fast augments are just insane in this comp, giving it tons more extra power and scaling. A Challenger Heart, Crest or Crown will also make this comp more flexible, and with an emblem or 2 you can even achieve 8 Challenger, which is pretty much unstoppable. Other strong augments are Defensive Dash or Healing Orbs. Coming in at number 4 we have the Shimmer Sorks with a 13% win rate and a super solid 56% top 4 rate. This comp is all about those sorcerers, with Silco as your main carry dealing ridiculous AoE damage to your enemies and healing your own board at the same time. Alongside Silco you'll play Taric, Vel'Koz, Swain, Jarvan, Kassadin, Taliyah and Malzahar, but it is pretty damn flexible with some replacement options too. For the legend to play you can use Earth for emblems or the good old Poro to keep things simple. This is another default leveling comp that wants you to save up gold and play around level 7, where you want to find your main carry Silco, 2-star your board, find your emblem holder Jarvan and lock in that 6 sorcerer trait bonus. Your main carry here is Silco, and as long as you have a blue buff on him the rest can actually be pretty flexible, but his highest performing items at the moment are Jeweled Gauntlet and Gunblade. After that you can send all tank items onto any of your main frontline options in Taric, Swain or Jarvan, and as long as you have an Ionic Spark the rest can be anything you find along the way, with Dragon's Claw, Redemption, Stone Plate and Bramble Vest all being excellent choices. Then you can pretty much send all remaining items onto your secondary damage carry Vel'Koz, who will bring tons of burst with the help of the multicaster trait bonus from Taliyah. For your augments, your highest priority is securing that sorcerer emblem, so any of Earth's ancient archives, a sorcerer's heart, crest or crown, or even something like dedication are all S tier options here. Aside from that, there's overcharged mana font to buff up your sorcerers, or item augments like magic wand. If you do want to see our Shimmer Sorks comp explained into more detail with more replacement options and items, then don't forget we have expert video guides for all the strongest comps every patch over on our website. So download our app and watch these videos even in load screen before you get stuck in. Coming in at number 3 we have Noxus Rolls with a 14.5% win rate and a 52% top 4 rate. Now as you may have guessed, this comp is all about rolling and 3-starring your entire board, with Samira, Cassiopeia and Mordekaiser as your main damage carries and a Swain in the front line to soak up the damage. The rest of your board will include Naafiri, Darius and Warwick as trait fillers. For the legend to play we'd recommend going for Lee Sin to help you out when rolling, or TF for the ideal items on your carries. So the strategy for this comp is basically to stay as low level as possible until you 3-star your 1-cost carry Samira, and maybe Cassiopeia too. Then as you level up to 6 you can 3-star your 2-cost frontliner Swain, and then level up to 7 to finish starring up your board, as well as bringing in your 3rd and final carry Mordekaiser. First things first, you want to gear up Samira with items so she'll carry you through the early to mid game but also deal tons of damage later on too. She wants a blue buff and then a combination of IE and Giant Slayer or BT and Edge of Night. After that you can load up Swain with defensive items like Crown Guard, Protector's Vow and Stone Plate. And then finally you have your late game carry Mord, who loves a bit of extra range with Rapid Fire Cannon and then Jeweled Gauntlet and Nashor's Tooth to finish the job. For augments, if you do manage to get a golden ticket, this comp is actually ridiculous. But any reroll or econ augments like Lee Sin's Train Reward or Money 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 are also great options. A +1 Challenger emblem also slaps here, as this means you can activate 4 Challenger alongside 5 Noxus at only level 7. A Noxus emblem to activate 7 Noxus also works well here too. At number 2 we have one of the most popular comps so far this set, which is Bruiser Bites with an 18% win rate, a 58% top 4 rate and a very high pick rate too. But not as high as Bilgewater was last week, that's for sure. This comp is all about getting an early Cho'Gath online to make him instantly start stacking HP right from the start. You'll also use the 1-cost carry Malzahar for damage in the backline, as well as a Rek'Sai as your 3rd carry that you want to 3-star later on. You'll finish off your comp with the bruisers Renekton, Vi, Sion and Sejuani, and then use Silco as a late trait filler too. For the legend to play, we'd recommend going for Lee Sin again to help you hit those starred up carries easier. Just like the previous comp, you want to stay at lower levels to 3-star your main carries and the rest of your board too whilst you're on the way up. 3-starring Cho'Gath is definitely a huge deal though, and this comp basically won't work whatsoever if you don't manage to do this. So if you are being contested, it can be a struggle. For items, you want to gear up your big beefy bruiser Cho'Gath first and foremost, and he wants a cocktail of big defensive options like Bramble Vest, Dragon's Claw and Warmogs. But you can just slam any other defensive items onto him. You also want to load up Malzahar with AP and mana items like Blue Buff, Archangels and Gunblade. And then after that, it's just sending leftover AD items onto Rek'Sai in the mid to late game. For augments, you cannot go wrong with a Bruiser Heart, Crest or Crown, as this will allow you to hit 6 bruisers at level 7 without even needing to worry about finding Scion or Sejuani, as just having one of these 2 bruisers will fill the trait. The bruiser specific augment Titanic Strength is also crazy hit, so don't pass up on that one if you come across it. And then there's combat augments like Endurance Training, Martyr or any of Lee Sin Legend augments like Training Reward, which are all great options here too. Finally, in the number 1 spot we have the best comp so far this patch, and it's Arcane Domain with a whopping 19% win rate and a 58% top 4 rate. This comp plays around the Gunner traits whilst making use of Piltover early game and other traits like Bruiser and Juggernaut to fill out your frontline. Your main carry in this comp is Jayce, and you'll play him alongside the backliners Gangplank, Aphelios and Jinx, and the frontliners Sejuani, Nasus, Vi and Warwick. For the legend to play in this one, we'd recommend going for Ornn to help get the strongest items onto your main carries. Now this comp is a little bit of a hybrid between a slow roll and a default comp, because you want to slow roll above 50 gold at level 7 to find and 3-star your main carry Jayce, as well as picking up your 4 costs Aphelios, Sejuani and Nasus. Lose streaking early here is a massive deal though, so if you manage to play 3 Piltover right from the first few rounds, it will build up stacks of your T-Hex for you to cash out and start turning that into an instant and crazy win streak. For items, Jayce wants a bunch of AD and attack speed, and his best options are Infinity Edge, Giant Slayer and Rageblade. After that, you can load up your tanks with any defensive items. Vi is your main frontliner throughout the early to mid game, so you can give her items like Bramble, Redemption and Declaw. And then any leftover defensive items later can go into your 4-cost tanks Sejuani and Nasus. For augments, finding yourself a Piltover Soul right at the start of the game will definitely allow you to snowball with the T-Hex loot. Although a Gunner emblem with a Heart's Crest or Crown will help you scale into the late game stronger too, and unleash this comp's highest ceiling with 6 Gunners in the back of your team. The Gunner Augment Dueling Gunners or the Piltover Augment Shimmering Inventors are also stupidly strong here, boosting your board and your main carry Jayce, and then apart from that, just go for any of Ornn's item anvils. And that concludes our top 5 comps for you to play in patch 13.18b. Don't forget to download our overlay to improve your game with comp recommendations, augment win rates, item and unit replacements, and plenty more. Thanks for watching guys, and as always, take care.